Welcome along to another video, and today we're going to talk about habits. When I'm coaching, I like to focus on habits or practices. Habits are your autopilot. Your brain doesn't solve new problems all the time. It likes to solve problems once, then commit that solution to memory. Then the next time you're confronted with the same problem, your brain uses a shortcut to jump to the solution. At some point in your life, you learn to eat like an adult. You learn to use utensils rather than your fingers. You learn to spear or scoop food with your fork and to get that fork into your mouth without stabbing yourself. In the beginning, you had to do this very consciously. Now you eat while doing other things. Your routine brain, your sensory and motor cortexes, which see and manipulate the utensils and the food, they go on autopilot to handle aiming the fork at your face. Meanwhile, your conscious brain, such as your language center, makes clever dinner conversation. Habits aren't just reserved for physical actions. We have habits of thoughts and feelings and emotions and physical sensations and behaviors. All of these can be pre-wired with default patterns, just like eating with a fork, but with a much bigger scale. These patterns strongly affect our daily lives and all our experiences. Your habits can be more powerful than conscious thoughts or willpower. And we use habits for both positive and negative end. Sure, you can create bad habits and you can break them too, but you can also use the autopilot feature of your brain to create good habits. Aside from making thinking faster and easier, many habits have another function: to keep us feeling safe and secure. Our brains have learned to sense and respond to fear and discomfort quickly and to try and make that fear and discomfort go away. Deep in our brains, we have three structures: the amygdala, or the fear center of the brain; the insula, or the awareness center. It's involved in awareness of yourself and others, and especially our internal states such as pain, discomfort, and the interface between our body sensations and emotions. And then there's the anterior cingulate. It's the oh crap center. It's involved in detecting errors, emotional awareness, and sensing pain. Together, the amygdala, the insula, and the anterior cingulate cortexes make up what the brain researchers like to call our uh-oh center. When the uh-oh center is activated, we feel distress, and then a powerful urge to do something to relieve that distress. This activates the basal ganglia. Now, the basal ganglia is known as the habit center, and it's responsible for automatic thoughts and behaviors, and the habit center responds automatically to relieve discomfort. And it does that by recruiting the thinking part of our brain, or the frontal cortex, or the executive center. When the distress is temporarily relieved, the brain says, oh, that's a relief, and commits the habitual action to memory for use next time it encounters a similar problem. Autopilot program created, trigger remembered, habit created. Here's an example of a bad habit workflow. It goes something like this. It starts with a deceptive brain message, and you feel uncomfortable, either mentally, physically, and/or emotionally. You do something to make that discomfort go away, usually a habitual response. You relieve the distress temporarily, and that creates or reinforces the original deceptive brain message. Doing the bad habit makes the discomfort go away, but doesn't solve your problem in the long term, and that's why we call it a bad habit. When I'm working with clients, we focus on eliminating bad habits, and we spend more time on building good habits. We all benefit from a little bit of good stress in our lives, but not too much. It works much better to build good habits, which will quietly replace your bad habits, since aggressively trying to eliminate bad habits may actually introduce too much stress. So think about the takeaways from what we've been talking about. Habits are a sequence of feelings, thoughts, and behaviors that are automatic. Habits are usually supported by a social and/or a physical environment. Habits are often much stronger than conscious thought or willpower. And habits are designed to make thinking more efficient. They're meant to be a shortcut. Habits are often designed to make us feel safe and secure and to avoid discomfort and distress. and habits can be both bad and good. Take a while to think over all the things we just talked about. In my next video, I'll explain how you can harness your habits and make them work for you all the time. Thanks for watching today's video. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more training, nutrition, and performance hints. I'm Greg Choate from Santa Sports Science. And remember, every great presenter has a signature sign-off.